Hi everybody, I'm Becky Singleton and you're on Happy, Healthy, and Fit. I have a guest today, so she's going to join me in a second. So why don't you join us here on Happy, Healthy, and Fit.
Can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can you show me, baby, can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can you show me, baby, can you show me the way?
Hi everybody, it's Becky Singleton and this is Happy, Healthy, and Fit. I have a guest star today and her name is Candace and she's an entrepreneur. Also a mother of 4. Yeah, you heard me. She's awesome. So we're going to talk a little bit about women empowerment and how we function. She's married and how she functions in her life as an entrepreneur and as a mom and just for herself. As you know, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a single woman. So we're going to see how we kind of mirror each other and talk about that. But first, I want to make sure that if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring. So make sure you're sending it out to your friends, especially today, because I think, Candace and I have been friends since our daughters were little girls. And they're now juniors in high school.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
I can't believe it. They were 2.
They were two. That's
when
right.
we met.
So when I built this house, I was pregnant with Jalen, and you guys came in after Katrina.
Yep.
Because you used to live in New Orleans.
Well, we were here about 3 years, and then we moved over here. We found the house here.
To say that?
Yeah.
And I remember no one lived in that house. Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard.
You were the first people. So it was kind of blessed for you. I always believe that things happen for a reason.
And it did.
And it was meant for you to be my beautiful neighbor. So
my sister from another mister.
Yes,
We're beyond neighbors. We're absolutely sisters.
Oh, absolutely. We just help each other. We love
cry
on each other.
We pray together. We do everything.
Yes. And you know what? You don't always have that in any just ordinary relationship. So I know we were meant to be.
Absolutely.
But I want Candace to talk a little bit about how she makes it happen. Because, there's so many moms out there that don't have a husband, that have the kids, they're trying to make it happen, get discouraged, want to start a business. You have the most incredible opportunity before you, and I'm so proud of you. I can't even begin to tell you how proud I am, and I always pray that you have much success, because loving on you means your business will grow for others to be able to enjoy what you're bringing forth to the table.
Yeah.
So I just love it, and I'm so happy
You're so
happy
wonderful.
for you.
Becky's one of the most beautiful people inside and out that I've ever met in my life, and I'm not even lying. I'm serious. So it has been an honor to be your friend and my sister.
Oh, you're
and
so sweet.
My vent buddy. But as it's so funny because I've learned a lot being a mom. When I think about sacrifice, it's the unforeseen sacrifices that build you and make you stronger.
Yes. So
as much as you say you admire me, the same. As a matter of fact, I wanted to know from you what I need to do with my kids. My sons are getting ready to play sports, so the food thing. So Becky does serious cooking for Jalen. So I'm gonna get some tips on that. But as a mom, as a person, I think you have to get recentered as far as priorities. You start having kids and you don't expect. It's always the unexpected. So I had 4 kids in 6 years. I did not expect that.
The boys are really close.
The boys are 11 months apart. So I have Irish twins.
Yes, Irish twins. Where I come from, that's what I actually had 2 brothers in my class in elementary.
They weren't twins.
That weren't twins. They were the Walsh boys.
Yes.
And there were 2 of them. And one had dark hair, one had blonde hair. And it was so funny because they were Irish and I learned later they were the Irish twins.
So same. So the good part about it was I had boys back to back. So I have a daughter, as Becky mentioned, who is 16, 2 boys, 13 and 12, and a daughter that's 10. But the whole thing about it is, initially when I first started having kids, I did lose myself. I lost myself into being a mom. I wanted to be organized because I had so much going on. So in the midst of organizing, time going by quickly, being a wife, being a mom, being a friend, being all this stuff, you kind
and
of
looking fabulous. I've never not seen her look fabulous.
That is not true. Oh my gosh. I gained so much weight. I gained so much weight when I had those kids. So that was one of the things. One day I just looked at myself and was like, what are you doing? Who are you? I've always had a strong faith in God, so I've always prayed. And then I realized that self-care really starts with you.
With self.
Your heart. You can go get your nails done.
Yeah.
You can go get your hair done. You can do all of these things and still feel broken inside.
Yeah.
So the part that's most important is what's inside of us, the healing part. It's cute to be, it's great to look good on the outside.
Yeah.
But suffering in silence is a real thing.
You know what? I want to just stop there.
Yeah.
So many people suffer in silence because of unhappiness, not a supportive partner.
Oh,
they're doing all the work.
Yes.
Just finding like, is this where I'm supposed to be at this point? What am I learning from it?
Yeah.
And you just take on that suffering in silence to the point where you said you're like, what are you doing? What am I doing here? And I think a lot of people do come to that point. I personally had come to that point at some point because I felt alone here.
Ooh.
I moved here with no friends. I was already with Jay's dad. So the only people I met only happened really after she went to school because before then I didn't have anybody.
Absolutely.
And those first couple of years were a major struggle. I almost moved back to Boston because it was not working out the way I imagined it.
Yeah.
But then I remember sitting with myself saying, you know what? You always talk about choosing being happy. You're going to have to wake up with intention.
Yes.
Every day.
That's it.
To make today a great day. And that's
it.
when my life started to change because I made that intention.
Yes.
So it sounds like you did the same.
So I know that the Word of God says you have to renew your mind daily. So God says it for a reason. So when you wake up in the morning, you have to, even if you have to sacrifice and wake up an hour earlier.
Right.
My priorities, it's always busy. It's always something to do. It's always a task. It's always, someone can always pull you to the left or to the right. But you have to sacrifice and put time forth within yourself. Like even in the morning. At first I used to get up at 6, now I get up at 5. Because I need to meditate, I need to pray, I need to talk to God and see exactly what I need from Him on that day.
On that day.
Every day is new mercies. Every day is something we're dealing with that's different.
Right.
Each day can change your life. It could change your life for the better, for the worse. But I want to be prepared. I cannot stand waking up and having to jump and do something.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't that drive you nuts?
Oh, I can't do it.
Like you wake up and you got to drop the kids off or you're rushing. And you haven't had time to sit down and really meditate and not only be thankful, but be intentional. I need to focus this morning. I need some goals to be met.
Yes.
I need to make some phone calls that are going to be pertinent to my success.
Right. To your business.
To my business.
Family.
That's
right.
what happens. And then, as you know, time's going by. You already have. It's so funny how we can set a schedule for other people in our life, our kids, husbands, family members. But when it comes down to us, we're always on the back burner.
Always.
And if we don't come first, how do the things around us thrive?
That is so good. I'm just laughing. So many things are popping in my brain.
Yeah.
And though I'm single now, there was a point when I was married and I was on a speaking tour. I used to speak on an organization called Speaking of Women's Health and African American Women on Tour. So I used to do a lot of speaking engagements, and I remember a full audience. There were no less than 1,000 women in this audience.
Wow.
And saying to them, at that point I had already registered that I had to take care of myself prior to doing this tour and what that meant and what it meant for my family.
Right.
But because I took such good care of myself,
Ooh, girl.
my kid, if you asked Sheleah at the time, because Sheleah was the child, who is number one in your family? She would have said her.
Yeah.
And if you had asked my husband at the time, who's number one, he would have said him.
Yeah.
Because I took such good care of myself that I was able to make them feel like I was taking care of them equally. You know, that they felt number one. But you can't do that unless you tap into the meditation. I meditate every single morning. Sometimes in the afternoon, if I need it, if I feel like I need to feel grounded.
Yes.
People don't understand being still with yourself and just breathing and just allowing, you know, the messages to come through, because they'll come through. Like
that part right there, the messages have to come through.
Let me tell you,
that's a whole topic right there.
We'll
Go
have to
ahead.
talk about that another time. But it's true. I mean, that's how I get my guidance.
Yeah.
And sometimes my kids will go, "Why'd you do that?"
Yeah.
You know, I did something on TikTok, and they were like, I said, because I was guided to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I listen to my guidance.
Yeah.
And, you know, it may not make sense to you. It may not make sense to my kids, but whatever energy I'm getting, and I'm saying, you know, Holy Spirit is guiding me to do things. It's because I'm a messenger.
Come on,
just
girl.
like I'm here on YouTube sharing how you overcome. So and
listen, you said that. So you know what you just did? You put purpose behind the meditation.
Woo!
She said she is the messenger. So as women, we have to remember we are purposed.
We are purposed.
We are beyond being moms. What about the women that are not moms or wives?
Right.
So, you know, we're all purposed to do something. And so if you don't get a chance, how can you receive the message if you're always distracted? Right. Distraction is the killer of the soul, of the purpose.
Say that again.
Distraction is the killer to the soul. Okay? If we get easily distracted, we get distracted by things that have no relevance.
Right.
How are we going to be able to see and move the way we need to move?
Girl, listen.
You know,
we all have a purpose here.
Yes.
You know, and a lot of people have their thoughts on why you're here and what your purpose, blah, blah, blah. Listen, we all have a job to do here.
Yes.
All of us.
And
if you don't understand that, please go back to some of my videos and look back. And I'm going to be talking more about purpose, but I'm very clear what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I do it, and I don't care what people think or say to me. It doesn't matter. I don't work for you.
That's right.
So the thing about, you know, making sure that you're going in the direction that you need to go and not letting things distract you.
Ooh.
Because sometimes the devil puts distractions and situations
all the time
in your way.
Yes.
To see how you're going to overcome it.
Ooh.
Or if you can overcome it. You know, they put people to distract you, to make you think there's somebody they're not. I mean, things happen all the time. I limit who I give my energy and resources to because I'm not going to be distracted. You're not going to distract me. I'm actually taking a course right now, and I do this online, and I love it because I shut everything off. Once the kids, I know my kids are fed.
Right.
We've got their clothes ironed for the next day. You know, I ask them, bring the clothes down, let me iron. What are we doing for lunch? Get that ready we're not.
That's
like
right. Scrambling in the morning.
I'm not doing that.
Yes.
I'm not scrambling in the morning.
Yes.
I'm like this because guess what? As soon as they get dropped off to school, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
And my stuff is lined up, my clothes, my towel, my headset's in the bed. I'm not missing a beat.
That's right.
So I want to be able to have that flow. But at night, it's peaceful for me. And I've been doing this course and I just love it because I'm giving to myself. Yes. And that's part of the self-love. Yes. I don't have anybody in my life right now that I have to give extra energy to because my kids are older. So yes, I give to them, and I'm a mom, you know, with a swimmer who's tracking for the Olympics.
She is bad, y'all. Oh my goodness. That girl.
Well, that takes a lot of time and attention from my perspective.
You did.
So it's going to practice. It's feeding her. You know, we'll have to do a series on feeding athlete children.
Yes.
And sleep and making sure she's in tune with her schoolwork and talking to me, venting. She needs to vent to me too.
Yeah.
You know, what's going on in school, what's happening with the coaches, you know.
Yeah.
What's her goal? She has goals. I've taught her how to create her own goals.
Absolutely.
And she creates her own goals of where she wants to go with her swimming, with time. I said, all you have to worry about is going to school and swimming. That's all I ask for her to do.
And she told me her goals last week.
Oh, see?
She lined them up, so Becky's not lying. Her daughter was like, look, I'm going to do this year, but I have to get focused. She told me I have to get focused.
Yeah.
And I have to really use my time wisely. Smart young woman.
Well, and you know, all our kids are learning this tool because in a few years they're going to be at college. Ugh. They're going to be on their own.
Wow.
We have to teach them how to be adults.
Yes.
Adulting. That's one of the hardest things these college kids are dealing with. They don't know how to adult.
Yeah.
And that's taking care of yourself. That's part of self-care. There's certain things that happen in this house. You know, I will do because I'm trying to make her life a little easier, but there's things I will not do.
Yeah.
And when it talks about taking care of yourself.
Yes.
You know, are
absolutely
you doing the things that take care of yourself? Because that's the first step in anything. I can pull the sheets off and put new sheets on and make a bed. She knows how to make a bed.
That's right.
But what is she doing to take care of herself?
That part.
Yep.
So having the 4, each year I add another responsibility.
That's awesome.
And you know why? And you know what's so funny? We always think our kids give us pushback and all of that, but they like it.
Oh no, they're trying to test the boundaries.
They're testing the boundaries.
Yeah.
It gives them purpose.
Yes.
It lets them know. And I reward my children. Not just financial. I'm talking about like, I love you. I'll go privately to each kid and tell them how much they're a blessing in my life. Because I love them. Yeah. And I want them to know they are an asset. Yes. Not just to me, but to the world. And God has more. We have to sow in those seeds to our kids, Becky, because guess what? But when our kids get ready to unpack, and I'm talking about mentally, if we're not equipped to handle that and we're overwhelmed and we're not focused and we're thinking about who pissed us off that day or who made us angry, this, that, whatever, how can we receive with our kids? And they deserve it most. They're kids.
Yes.
How can we receive that from them if we are here, if we're here?
Right.
You know,
it's the priority in our lives. And not to exclude anyone that doesn't have children or children have grown up and gone away.
Right.
You still have to prioritize yourself.
You do. You
still need to take care of yourself. I was just, there's a woman that I had met, and I'm going to say hi to her. Hi, Janet.
Hi, Janet.
So Janet reached out to me. She often says, hey, how are you doing? And she's a beautiful lady. And she had a wonderful husband who did everything for her. She shared her story once, and he passed away. Ooh. So now she's on the dating scene, and she's like, what the heck is out here? Because none of these men she's meeting match what her husband was. So, her person, her one, isn't with her anymore. And she wasn't ready for the future faking, breadcrumbing. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, yeah, we can go there and never call her back. And, doing things that make her think, am I crazy?
Right.
And he showed me a little love. Is that all I'm going to get? I mean, there's so much, excuse my language, bullshit.
It is what it is.
Out there.
It is what it
is. And she's not a young woman. We're older. We're in our maturing, loving age. Yeah. And she wrote me, and I sent her a video on my YouTube, and she thanked me about the mindset makeover.
Wow.
And I did that at the start of the year. And she said, everything you said helped me think differently. I'm going to do something different now.
Yes.
And that's how you change your life, is when you do a shift.
Yes.
And go into a new direction.
Yes.
And something that gives you purpose. Ooh. And makes you say, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I recommended that she go no contact with that gentleman because he was clearly not interested in her. He was doing things that hurt her. Yeah. And, after a while, some people need to grow up, or they need to fix whatever's going on in their life if they want to spend time with you. And they men have to do the work.
Yes, they
Ladies,
do.
They're the hunters.
Come on.
They want you. They will come for you.
Absolutely.
That's how it works.
And it doesn't stop when you get married.
No. No, absolutely
it doesn't.
not.
I still make my husband hunt. Baby hunts, okay? I am not making everything easy. Nope.
I love that so much.
So no, that is, you know what? And a lot of women are widows and have lost. I think, because if you think about change, it overwhelms people. You just say, you got to do something different. When people hear that word different, it kind of registers differently in each person. Different is amazing to me. I'm like, ooh, I'm an only child, so I'm like a thrill seeker. So different, whoa. But for someone who loves a good ritual or someone who loves a good rut, different is scary. But I will say this, that every one of us have been through a process, right, Beck? You have been through some hard things in your life. I've been through some hard things in mine. And I always tell Becky that I admire her, because if you really, whenever it's time for you to really give your real testimony, people are going to look at you like, wow, how does she keep a smile on her face? But she did the work, and you can't be afraid of the hurdles. You can't be afraid of the hard parts. We've all been hurt, being married and being unmarried, by family members, husbands, friends. We've even hurt ourselves from not giving that appropriate self-love. I will say this, how did I learn to love myself? Because God had to show me who I was. I prayed for that, though. I didn't just expect him to throw something from heaven like I was just going to jump in it. I said, who am I? What is my purpose? What do you need me here for? Who needs me?
Who needs you?
And even when you you may be on a job, and this is for somebody, you may be on a job and someone may be giving you hell on that job. It may be meant for you to handle it in a way that is strategic for a person to understand that you're not out to get them or take anything away from them. Sometimes strategy has to come before emotion. Let them talk what they're going to say, do what they're going to do. And I could give this testimony. My daughter was like 4 years old, and she was at school, and a teacher had took her cupcake away. So she came to the car crying in the car rider line, and I was like, whoa, I was ready to fight. Like, you ain't gonna take no cupcake from my child. So I went to school, and my baby heart was broken. I went to school the next day, and I said, look, I know who the name of the person was. I said, look, they took my baby cupcake away. It's on. I want to talk to her right now. So they led me to her, and I went to her, and she was in a corner, and God would not allow me to go off on her because she was broken. She then told me she was dealing with things at home, because I was like, what's up? I turned from being angry. This is a grown woman. I turned from being angry to seeing her with compassion. And I said, what's wrong? Like, I immediately forgot about what I even was there for. And she told me what she was dealing with at home with her husband, and we began to pray. And I prayed for her, and we are still friends to this day. And she apologized right at the moment. She said, I did not mean to do that. She said, but then I gave her a space to vent. Right. So as women, we have to stop being so hard on ourselves as well. And stop being so hard on other women.
Yes. And there's a fine line, right?
Yes.
There's women who are broken that need our love.
Yeah.
And then there's women who are what I call the jelly alert.
Yeah.
They can't, they're envious and jealous.
Yes.
And until they remove that low vibration energy of being that way, that person, if she was like that, would not have been able to receive you.
Absolutely.
So people who are in a low vibe, jealous, vindictive, nasty energy, they can't receive anything that's good because they don't get it.
That's right.
But she was
vulnerable.
She's vulnerable.
Yeah.
And she needed you. And I know Candace has prayed with me many a times.
I'm the prayer queen.
And, yes, you're the prayer queen.
I'll break out and pray anyway.
Sometimes I'm like, can we talk? Because I think I need some prayer. And it's helpful that someone's got my back.
Yes.
And all the time, I love how you said about you had a testimony. I heard this lady recently. She's like, you can't have a testimony without a test.
Yes, absolutely.
You're going to be tested, people. That's life.
Yeah.
You might not like the test. You might not like that you're going through it. But I know for myself personally, I've been through so much stuff that would have literally taken people
would have broke them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
yes.
I would have been somewhere I all stretched up in a white jacket somewhere.
Really?
I mean, it just...
And she's not lying, for real. Yeah.
But it's my testimony because I survived, maneuvered through it, healed, did the work. Yeah. You heard Candace say, you got to do the work.
Yeah.
You got to do the work that heals yourself.
Yeah.
I said something to somebody recently about they need to get some help because this person is clearly a wounded, harmed person who is lashing out like a rabid animal. And really needs help, needs to go in somewhere for a while.
Right.
And unpackage herself mentally because there's something wrong with people who continuously play games. Yeah. People who try to hurt you. Yeah. People who have ill will in any way. None of that, as I will always remind the viewers, if you have an ill intention, say towards me, maybe you want to hurt me. It never hurts me. No, Guess what? It boomerangs and slaps you in the head. Yeah. So if you're getting things, what I call karma, and it's not good, you might want to think about what you did. Because karma comes to those whose intentions were not good in a bad way. Like things happen. Yeah. You know, you want someone to get hurt, you get hurt. I mean, it's just the way it works.
It is, and that's biblical because it says when you plant bad seed, you get a bad harvest. Yeah. It is what it is. That's all God, and it's fair. Is it not fair?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Is it not fair?
Listen, the one thing I have to tell you is I never take like it's my responsibility to get back at somebody.
That's right.
I don't care.
Is not ours.
I could care less.
Absolutely.
I said good luck. I always say good luck. Let me know how that worked out for you.
That's right.
Because it's not going to work out. Because at the end of the day, you have to do the right things because it's the right thing to do. You don't. You bring out love and you push out caring and happiness and joy, positivity. None of that's going to hurt anybody. If anything, it's going to boomerang come back to you. Yeah. All the happiness and everything. You know, someone commented. I put up some recent Instagram and TikToks, and they were like, "You just look like you're having so much fun." I'm like, what's the point? Yeah. What's the point? If you're not going to have fun, if you're not going to go into it with both feet, jump in, go have a nice time. Absolutely. Expect the best. I just told Jalen this. Absolutely. You know, she was worried about what her coach was going to say about something. And I was like, listen, all is well. Yeah. Everything's always working out. And that's my mantra. I say that to my children. I say that to my friends. Yes. I say that to myself all day long. I don't worry about a thing. Things come to me easily, and I appreciate that because I am expecting nothing but good to come. That's right.
Your expectation
is the good.
It's her expectation. Yeah. So how about this? How about we encourage ourselves to change what the expectations are? I think a lot of times we knock our own prayers out, our own faith in God, and even ourselves because our expectations are so low. You know what? That is so funny because literally I just had an instance, like I pray about everything. So even if I want a good deal on something, I'm like, Lord, look, I'm on this budget. Can you make this work? And guess what? He makes it work. Right? So we can't pray and then expect, well, you know what? I'm going to pray for it to happen, but you know what? It probably won't. You might as well not even say nothing.
Well, you know what that is? You set what you wanted out. Yeah. And then you were like, reneged. You
canceled it.
Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah. Whatever you want, whatever it could be a thing. It could be, I'm always careful about people.
Oh yeah,
because what God has for you, He has for you. It has nothing to do with I want that beautiful man and that I see on TV. No, like if he's not meant for you, he's not coming.
Absolutely.
He's not supposed to come.
I agree with that.
But you can ask for things and situations to go well. Yeah. Like I had a situation where I had a serious meeting and all I asked before we entered was please have this go well, have the outcome be successful. And, I let it go. And sure enough, it was. And more better than we had thought it was going to be.
Look at that.
So you have to ask ahead of time. for what you want.
That's right.
You have to give permission.
Ooh,
You gotta give
that
permission,
part.
because they can't do anything for you if you don't give them permission. And you allow, you release and let go of the outcome. You just let it go, because at the end of the day, you've asked for it, so it's already here.
Absolutely.
It's already done.
Absolutely.
You don't have to do anything else, but just wait and receive. And as women, we need to receive our blessings and our gifts. We need to sit in that high energy of receiving. And
I think our self-esteem as women has been kind of tainted, because I feel like we get praised for being good moms, good housekeepers, good cooks. Ooh, girl, you know how to cook. Oh my God. We get praised for all of those things. And that's wonderful. But what's really important?
Right. A good
my
heart.
Kids, right. And I was telling myself, I'm like, you got to watch how you value, how you taking people's opinions, because they don't have a heaven or a hell to put you in.
Oh, girl.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm so glad she brought that up.
Seriously.
So many people take the advice of people who do not listen to themselves.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
You have to listen to yourself. I
Yes.
speak this on this channel all day long.
Yes.
Listen to yourself. I don't listen to anybody. I
That's
don't care
right.
who you are.
That's
I don't
right.
give you my parent. If that's not what my higher self
Come
is
on.
telling me,
Come on.
I ain't doing it.
That's it.
You got to listen to yourself. And taking people's opinions and then trying to figure it out, that's too distracting. That's a confusion state for you not to pay attention to yourself. We talked about distractions. That's a distraction.
Yes.
When you're taking other people's advice or opinions or what they're saying, a lot of times they're trying to manipulate you because they don't want you doing something because it will make their life not fun anymore, or disturb what they have going on. And honestly, you got to do what's right for you. You do not do it for what's right for other people. You do it for yourself. And if I can't share anything that's a success, is when you start listening to yourself, you will have so much success. But if you go against the grain, it doesn't feel good. Have you ever done that? Where you're like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, you shouldn't have done it, but you still do it?
Do it anyway.
Why would you do that?
But see, Becky, you got to remember, though, we're talking about self-love.
That's
if
true.
If you're not meditating, you're not asking God where your purpose is, and you're not doing the work to figure out where you need to, you will confuse yourself.
Right.
Sometimes you could be, how about this? Most of us are our own worst enemies. So the reason why you can make logical and fantastical decisions is because you're doing the work. You're saying, God, okay, show me what I need to do. Okay, I have to do this. But it's all catered. It's all catered to your growth as a human, as a person, as a server. Y'all know she goes to help the homeless people, and she has a heart for that. All that's part of her purpose. We can't leave that. If she doesn't do that for that person that day, who will?
Right.
And we all have to take accountability. If not you. And as I grow, because she's inspired me, that's something I've always wanted to do. She just went head first, and that was the best thing, and it worked out for you in that way. And sometimes we could go head first, and sometimes we have to take steps. And so that's what she's talking about. She's talking about what works for you.
Right.
And God has a book that I have been working on for years. And I don't want to say the name of the book, I'll tell you, but it's basically about...
That you're writing.
That I'm writing.
Good
it's
girl.
basically about our personal and individual relationship with Him. I may be a person that can drink. God may not have you to drink because you may be the person that have a weakness, or you could get drunk and kill yourself. I may be able to handle it. But then on the other end, I may not be able to handle one thing that you can handle.
Right.
We all have our things.
Right.
And it doesn't make, and a lot of times women get intimidated with one another and they get jealous of stuff, but it doesn't make any sense, because if you know that you're gifted in a different way, why be jealous of someone else's gift?
Right.
Love your own gift.
Right.
And you are you are your biggest gift.
Right. You know what? I am never jealous of another woman.
Yeah,
I mean,
either.
never. I always see everybody's beauty.
Yeah,
see
she
what
does.
they bring to the table and value and compliment them and encourage them to do whatever it is they're going to do. I'm unique. You're unique.
Yeah.
There's no person that's the same.
Absolutely.
It's like a snowflake. I grew up in the Northeast, and when it would snow, but there's not one snowflake that's the same.
Isn't that something?
Even though the snow can pile up, not one snowflake is the same. That's how it is for us.
Absolutely.
I'm unique. I love me. I think I'm awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if you don't feel that way about yourself, who will?
Absolutely.
And that's what keeps me going. I mean, I can walk into any place, anywhere. I hold my head up high.
Yeah.
My back is up straight. And I'm confident in whatever it is that I am doing for that moment.
Yes.
Because I'm bringing something to the table. I am doing something that's helping others. I'm being a good friend. I'm being a great mother. You know, one day I'll be a great partner to somebody.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of the day, it's really what fills your cup up.
Yes.
You cannot pour from an empty cup.
Ooh. Say that again.
We cannot pour from an empty cup.
Absolutely.
So you got to fill your cup up. I want to pause here because we've got so much we can say. So this is going to be a continued conversation.
It will.
And I'm really happy that you joined us today. I'm happy that Candace is here with us.
So happy to be here.
And I just love you all. So I appreciate you joining the channel, being part of our family, because this is how we grow and develop and share things and see things through a different set of glasses.
Yes. And can I speak to your audience?
Yes,
If you don't mind?
please.
I just want to say, no one is better than the other. You're looking at two testimonies. And you're looking at two women who live different lives, but who are full of love. You can do it. I don't care how poor you may be. You could be sitting in your car homeless. You can do it. You are the apple of God's eye. You are all that. You can make it. We're making it. We have gotten to the point of zero monies in our bank account. We have done all that, have had nothing, but God will find a way, and God will send people. So watch even your countenance as a person, because you don't want to miss out on a blessing being angry and bitter. God has great things for you. He has great things for us, and we are encouraged. And we pray that I pray that this has encouraged someone, and even a sisterhood. Get with people who are genuine in their walk and who are transparent, because Becky's testimony has helped me so much. And you just don't understand how sometimes I'm like, you know what, God, if this sister can keep a smile on her face, I know I can. So, you know, I hope that everyone is encouraged. You are beautiful. You are a light, and thank you for having me.
Oh, I love Candace because her heart is so big. I don't know how she keeps it in her chest.
Oh, girl.
She's fantastic. And we're going to have more time with Candace, and we'll do more things. I just love that she would participate today.
Oh, I love it.
And she has a lot to offer and share, especially as an entrepreneur. No one handed her gift that she has giving out to the world right now. And it's a blessing because it's going to be worldwide.
Ooh, in Jesus' name. Blessed Body Skincare Essentials.
Yes.
BlessedBodySkincare.com, and it's BlessedBodySkin.com.
And I'm going to have that in the description box so you can go to her and see what she's doing. It really does help people. It's a skincare line that she came up with. And she, I mean, big people are backing you. So I'm so happy for you.
Pray for me.
Yes. So thank you for joining us again here on Happy, Healthy, and Fit. I'm Becky Singleton.
And I'm Candace Richardson.
And we're just like you.